What's up, everybody?
What's up, JT, I say Michigan, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Michigan football, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Or the team up north football, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I was about to say, why are you calling them that? But first thing that comes to mind is good football team, and it's going to be one of those, we don't like them, they don't like us. It's going to be a rough and tough football game.
Is there a sense take last week's game out with the wind and everything, it kind of blew a lot of game plan asunder, but is there a sense that you and Mike Weber and Curtis Samuel have a pretty good thing going right now? You're the guy that's the dealer in the whole thing, but what's your sense of that triumvirate there, or that trio going into this game, about some kind of chemistry, whatever you want to call it?
Talking about running the ball?
Yeah, the way y'all run the ball, mixing things up.
Yeah, I think that's, part of it. It's one of the things that I think we're playing well right now on offense. I think our O-line is, doing what they need to do. And if our O-line plays well, then we have a good day on offense. So I think the main thing is the offense is really open up things for the guys running and also me throwing the ball.
JT, they have two big corners that are going to play press coverage, that are going to play man. And any team that plays man, they're going to be windows in that type of game. You, in the passing game, are you looking forward to knowing that there are going to be chances?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. It's one of those things that I feel like when you play man, is our guys are better than your guys, and so it's one of those kind of things where we're going to go do our best and prepare to make sure that we come out and win those battles.
Hey, JT, a month ago, Urban said that the team's biggest issue in the passing game is separation from man coverage with the receivers. Obviously, you guys have gotten some things going offensively in the time since, but have you sensed, in the game and in reviewing the film and stuff, that you guys have improved in that from a separation standpoint?
Yeah, I didn't feel like that, but yeah, I'm comfortable and confident in what we're doing in the passing game. But yeah, I didn't feel like that, I guess.
Hey, JT, Michigan has injured 5 quarterbacks this year. Obviously, you have your own history there. How much more cognizant are you going into this game of the ways you have to protect yourself? I imagine you're more cognizant of everything, because every detail gets heightened in the rivalry, but that one in particular.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm trying to do my best of, limiting shots. If it's third down, I'm going to do my best to get the first down. So, but I think I've done a better job of getting down when I need to and things like that. So, yeah, I think that's not going to change because I've been already kind of doing that.
JT, after playing in the rivalry game for 2 years now, do you have a sense of respect for Michigan? We know you don't care for them, but do you respect what they do and leave that game feeling that way?
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's always one of those hard-fought battles. It's probably going to, be one of those type of games this year. So with that, you do have respect for your opponent always, and understand that they're a good football team. Yeah, we don't like each other, but there's still, respect for the game and respect for your opponent.
For a kid from Texas, did you have a welcome to the rivalry moment?
Yeah, my first year, I was redshirting, and I went to the game, and it was the whole brawl with my classmate, Dontre. I was like, these people are angry. Yeah, I think that was, I heard about it in recruiting and things like that, and, in Texas, you hear about it, but in Texas, it's a Texas-Oklahoma game, and where I come here, and this is one like any other.
JT, fun one for you. You guys have a guy named Michael Jordan. They're wearing these new Michael Jordan uniforms this year. Who do you think has the advantage in this little situation?
Mike J. He's I don't know. I think talking about uniforms and a person's name. I don't know, man. I think I'm confident in Mike Jordan. He's been doing his thing.
JT, was this rivalry used in recruiting at all? Like, hey, come be a part of this?
I don't remember being a major part. No, not. I mean, not for me. It was more focused on Ohio State.
You don't like Michigan. When
Correct.
did you stop? Well, when did that start? Because I mean, you were a
It
kid
was-
from Texas. Like,
yeah.
when was the date that you stopped thinking of Michigan as someone you could ever like?
Yeah, it was. I remember this. So I committed April 18th of 2012, right? So
that's correct.
that next week, like a player that committed for them burned the Ohio State letter, and I was like, I mean, I got letters from that place. I didn't decide to burn them. So I was like, I think that was a little much, and I think that's when it really clicked. Like, yeah, these guys don't care for him.
What did you do with them? Save them? I mean, your letters.
Framed.
I mean, I threw them away, but I didn't record it, burn it, take a picture. I think that was
How
a
big
little much.
you guys are with brotherhood and playing for the guy next to you. How important is it for your teammates to get a win for this senior class, especially with what happened last year?
Right. I think that's always a thing when it comes down to this game, that you want to have them get their last pair of gold pants. This senior class, they'll be able to get 5 if we win this year. So, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people that can say they won 5, especially Pat and Berger and those guys. So, just trying to go out there and make sure they get this senior day and want those guys to have 5 pair of gold pants.
It's a rivalry that's always been intense, JT, but this year, 2 versus 3. It's as high as it's been in 10 years. Does it feel different, or is the rivalry just, I mean, is it the rivalry game is enough? Does the stakes, I guess, the rank of these teams make it different at all this year?
I don't think we're really focused on like the rankings by any means. We approach it like, it's a team up north week, and so that's already has its own standard or level expectation. So as far as us being ranked in the top 5, both teams, I don't think it's changed. We're approaching it like it's really big and it's team up north week, not because of the rankings.
JT, when you're at the line and you're going up against a guy like Jabril Peppers, would you put him in a category of those select few in the country where you have to know where he is on every single snap?
I think he's a really good player, but I mean, I guess last year I didn't seek him out, and this year I know he's playing a different position, but I think what we're going to do is going to be effective, but it's not going to be, I guess, me personally trying to figure out where he's at all times. So I don't know.
JT, you mentioned those rankings. I know that everybody kind of knows where they are, but Coach hadn't addressed them as of last week. Has he addressed them with you guys now?
No, we're not focused on. I mean, we see it obviously in the media, but it's not something that I think we really, I don't know, like really talk about it really, just because what matters is the certain week we're playing. Like last year was Michigan State, and this week it's Team North. So with that, we're not about to, have all our minds somewhere else, and we just need to focus in on Team North.
With
JT.
that focus, that intense focus, you mentioned some of those seniors. Do you even get a chance to be emotional and have a moment with them because you're so intently focused on this rivalry?
No, there's going to be a time for that. We have a great tradition, senior tackle this Thursday that we're going to have. And so I think that'll be a time for the guys to reflect and look back as far as their careers here, the seniors. So I think that we have time for that.
JT, what is it like, though, to go into this game as your rivalry game and then also have so much on the line? I mean, y'all, the last, the previous 2 years was the same way really for you, but how much more pressure does that add to it, or more concentration? What does it, y'all season is kind of riding here, at least to your grand season that you'd like to have. I mean, just what does that add to it, I guess, because you're the only one sitting right at this table right now who's experienced it. What does it add as you look back on it?
I don't know. I don't even think that far.
Mhm.
Honestly, like I feel like I'm a simple thinker at times, and so with that, I'm just trying to go out there and play the best so we can win a game. Because I think that's all we really need to do. Like that's something that's going to be talked about for a whole year. Something that's bigger than myself. I say this all the time. Bigger than myself. Bigger than, even just the people in the locker room. Buckeye Nation, the alumni that went here, that was part of the football teams in the past. That's bigger than ourselves and the responsibility to go out there and win the game. So I think that's all that matters.
Yeah.
JT, when you talk about senior tackle, is it possible that this is your last home game at Ohio State?
Me personally, no, I haven't really even began to think about that really. I'm just taking each week, trying to focus, live in the moment. But yeah, my mind ain't got there, so
JT, how often do you think back to the last time the game was here 2 years ago and injury and kind of how that propelled your career from there, I guess?
I guess I don't go back to it often, or even if at all. It was one of the things that, it happened. I, grew from it, learned, got better from it mentally more than anything. So I guess I don't revisit that time, really.
Mentally, in what respect? Where did you grow mentally from enduring something like that?
I think just understanding that it's not always guaranteed. Like we live our lives, and especially playing football, like it's a dangerous game, and everybody knows that. But it's not something that's always on your mind. So when things happen to a person individually, like that happened to me, you sit there and just, be grateful. Like right now, being grateful that I have my health and that I played the season I played, and just be appreciative of that. Thank God for that, because it all could go in one play. Like that happened.
Since you bring up gratitude, Thanksgiving is this week. What are you thankful for, JT?
Thankful for family, people, like people here at Ohio State, the position that I'm in, I guess, like I said, the season, having the gifts I had, the school going well. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. It's something that spend time with family, that we each get to share a little bit about what we're grateful for. That's just a little bit for myself. Just it's a lot.
You mentioned earlier that you don't like them, but you have a lot of respect for them. I'm wondering, that play 2 years ago when you got hurt, Devin Gardner comes out, and a lot of people point to that as what the rivalry's about. What did that mean to you, say to you at that moment?
Yeah, it was one of the things that understand that, like I said, we may not like each other, but there's a respect aspect to it, absolutely, and also too that you don't want to see anybody get hurt. Like that's not the object of this game. Like you want everybody to play hard and come out then healthy. And so with that, I got hurt, and he just took the time out to come see how I was doing, and that's bigger than this rivalry, just in the aspect of caring about the players and the safety of it.
JT, do you always feel like you're going to be able to run the ball as the quarterback in this offense, especially on the QB draws? Do you feel like almost no matter what a defense does, that's going to be something that you guys are going to be able to succeed with?
I don't know. Sometimes it gets a little cloudy in there, being that the D-line does twists and stuff, but I think I just try to do my best to find the lanes and get out of there. But that's part of our offense. I think we do a good job. It's actually run pass type of thing. So I could throw it, but there's also a draw attached to it. So it just keeps the defense on its toes. So I don't know. It works out for us.
JT, Pat mentioned the history of the rivalry. How much, as educating a freshman, how much do you remember that and the Toledo War?
Man, look, you making me go back in my memory bank. So I think one of the main things with Team Up North, we have these education things, and that's, of course, a part of it. And so just giving them, I guess, the information or background on it, because some guys, they're not from Ohio like myself. I wasn't, other guys like Ross. He's not from Ohio. So we're trying to get Ross to get together, make sure that he understands how important it is. And I think that's something that's great about it is that as a freshman, you really find out that, this rivalry, it goes way deep. Like, it goes back, and to understand the importance each year when it comes that it's bigger than you. You just try to make sure you lay, everything you have on the line so you go win for Buckeye Nation, really.
And I know you're supposed to go. Can you give us a quick Pat Elfline farewell before you head out of here?
My guy Pat, I know he means a lot to me. I think he's one of the best teammates I've ever had, and that's just solely because he cares about the people. I think at times, especially when you're at a top university, you get caught up in, doing well and your own individual success. But he was always one, it was one of the things, like, he had himself together, but he always seeked out to see how you were doing, how somebody else was doing. And he's an outgoing guy. He's fun to be around. But I think one of the biggest things that means a lot to me is how much he cared, not even just about me, but just about the guys. He loved, that's why he came back, is to be with us. And I think that's something just selfless, and not a lot of people come around like that.
Thanks, JT.
Thanks, JT.
Thank you.